Hello, and welcome back, everybody, to Sakura Dungeon. Last time we were exploring the very pitfall-filled 12th floor. But, to kind of, space these out a little bit so we don't have a two-episode we don't have a two-episode of walking around town, and we also don't have backup, I'm going to devote this episode to walking around town, just to space the pacing out a little bit so we can get through these and, not have them stack up on us. Anyways, let's go look for some treasure. I have some old caches of treasure hidden away throughout the landscape. Presuming that the dungeon lord hasn't set up sentries to guard them, it might be a good idea to go on a raid. I know that Ceri would definitely be up for treasure finding. "Hello, Ceri," says Yomi. "Nice to see you, Yomi," says Ceri. "Is it time to go back already?" Ceri asks. No, Yomi says. "We aren't going into the dungeon today." "Then where are we going?" Ceri asks. "Somewhere else," Yomi replies. "That's a rather vague way to put it," Ceri says. "Come on," says Yomi. "You'll like it, I promise." Says Ceri. "Why not, then?" she asks. After walking out of town, Ceri still seems confused. "Why are we here?" Ceri asks. "There's nothing out in these meadows." Oh, but there is," says Yomi. "Let's see if it's still here." I kneel in the grass looking around for it. "What are you looking for exactly?" asks Ceri. "Just the entrance," says Yomi. "Entrance to where?" Ceri asks. It is then that I see a small stone among the blades of grass. "Aha!" says Yomi. "Isn't that just a rock?" asks Ceri. "Look more closely," says Yomi. The etched symbol on its surface begins to glow. With a rumbling, the earth beneath us begins to shake. "What's happening?" Ceri asks suddenly. Eventually, a stairway emerges from the ground. I had a habit of storing treasure in secret rooms across the landscape," says Yomi. "Just in case." "Treasure, you say?" asks Ceri. "Yes," says Yomi. "Why don't you head down and see for yourself?" asks Yomi. "Absolutely," Ceri replies. "Ah," says Yomi. "The enchantments I placed here are still working. Now, what did I put here again?" "That doesn't matter," says a random voice. "What?" Ceri asks. "Someone's here?" "Absolutely," it's a cat girl. "The dungeon lord made it clear that the secret treasure rooms had to be guarded. I swear," says Yomi. "Is there anything in this dungeon lord hadn't obsessively protected?" Yomi asks. "I didn't even put guards in every secret room." "It's just a cat," Yomi says Ceri, unconcerned. "Can't we just knock her out and take the treasure?" "Not exactly," says Yomi. "She's actually fairly strong," Yomi says. "I was taking a cat nap," the cat girl says, "so I'll give you one warning. Leave now or I will scratch you in submission," says the cat girl. "Psh, bring it, girl." "So you're actually very strong, huh?" "Oh no, the very strong cat girl almost got one-shotted because I had not even realized that this was a thing forever ago, till recently." Utterly defeated, the cat girl just looks up at us. She looks kind of embarrassed. "Ah, I've lost. Yeah, you got two-shotted, bitch. And all my clothes are ruined," says the cat girl. "The dungeon lord is going to be so mad at me. I won't even get a head pat now," says the cat girl, "especially not a new set of clothes." She looks sheepishly down at herself, but I can't help but let my eyes wander down too. It's quite a delightful treat for the eyes. "You mean the dungeon lord doesn't give you new clothes?" Yomi asks the cat girl. "No," says the cat girl. She tries to cover herself up. "It's cold in here," says the cat girl. "Are you still trying to make me feel guilty?" asks Yomi. Well, if you had just given up and left, I'd successfully defended the treasure," says the cat girl, indignantly. "And the dungeon lord overseers wouldn't be mean to me," says the cat girl. "So, will you give up then?" she asks. "This is my treasure room, so..." "No," says Yomi. "Aw," says the cat girl. She actually looks pretty dang upset. What am I going to do now? Says the cat girl. I want new clothes. I actually feel pretty guilty about this, Ceri says. Don't you think we should do something to help her, Yomi? Asks Ceri. Well, there's nothing keeping her here, says Yomi. And if she wants a fresh change of clothes, we can arrange something with Isabella, whatever. So I do not think this will be a problem, says Yomi. Please, Ceri says, let's do something like that for her. And maybe send her far away from this dungeon, Ceri says. I don't think the dungeon lord's going to be nice to her if they found out about this. Says Ceri. The cat girl nods her head fiercely. The dungeon lord is very mean, says the cat girl, especially to us weaker monsters. We're bullied constantly by all of the overseers, she says. She now looks very sad. I was going to get a promotion if I successfully defended the treasure, says the cat girl. But now I'm going to be put on the lower levels, she says. Now, says Yomi. It's going to be okay. What exactly is keeping you from leaving, Yomi asks. Well, says the cat girl, I don't have anywhere to go. So I just have to make do with what I have here, I guess, says the cat girl. Do you know about the town on the surface? Yomi asks. Yes, it's why most monster girls can't leave the dungeon, says the cat girl. Well, why not go there? Yomi asks. Tell them that Yomi sent you. Well, I'll try, says the cat girl. You can have the treasure, I guess, she also says. She gets up and leaves the room without leaving us. She gets up and leaves the room, leaving us with the loot. Ceri quickly opens the chest. It's empty, Ceri says. Oh, right, Yomi said. I never put anything in this room. I see. That's interesting. Alright, let's see how Ceri's doing. When we aren't underground, Ceri seems to enjoy spending time by herself. In fact, she's sitting in the far corner of the inn enjoying a drink. Walking up to her, I take a seat opposite from where she is facing. Hello, Fox, says Ceri. Did you need something, she asks. Not at all, Yomi says. I was just wondering how you were doing. You haven't been too overwhelmed with things lately, have you? Yomi asks. Well, says Ceri, there has been a lot that I have had to adjust to since I have arrived here, says Ceri. Working with the monsters like this, it's very different from working with guild members, Ceri says. How so? Yomi asks. Well, Ceri continues, everyone here seems to have a common goal, and you don't have to deal with the politics. Politics, you say? Yomi asks. Are the heroes of the human kingdom really so divided? Yomi asks. They can be, Ceri replies. Working with people who have a lot of different motives and their own goals Working with people who have a lot of different motives and their own goals for what they are doing, Ceri says. Needless to say, you can end up rubbing people the wrong way. Working together as a unified whole with strangers just isn't very simple, Ceri says. I don't doubt that, Yomi replies. Are you worried about me or something, Ceri asks. Of course I am, says Yomi. You are my subordinate now. I have to look after you. You're my subordinate now. I have to look after you, Yomi says to Ceri. I appreciate that and all, Ceri says, but it's hard to believe you when you use magic to enslave me. Ceri says. That was just insurance, says Yomi. After all, I was certain that you weren't going to attack me again. I wasn't certain that you weren't going to attack me again, right? Back. After all, I was not certain that you weren't going to attack me again, yes. Okay. Ceri lets out a heavy sigh. Anyways, Ceri says, I'm fine. Let me know when we're going to head back down in the dungeon. That's no problem, Ceri, says Yomi. She returns to her drink, staring into the depths of her tankard. Well, that was a little bit of fun exposition and, flavor of the characters. Alright, everybody, I think I'm going to call it here for this episode. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and we will be back down in the dungeon for the next episode. And I will see you then, everybody.